Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Lynn and I'm Pretty Papercraft 67, and today I'm just going to do a quick video, a quick flip through of the new Etsy stock projects that I've been working on for a while now, that I'm happy to say I've completed them all. They've all been photographed and they're all listed for sale in the shop. So I'll start with these two. I've gone a little bit flip-flop crazy. So both of these books are flip-flop journals. I just love this whole concept of a flip-flop journal, so just something a little bit different. So we will get on and I will just do a quick flip through of each project. So this one is called Grace. A beautiful printable I have used for this book, of all florals, just absolutely gorgeous colours. I've used a bit of sari silk. It is sari silk as a tie, and I've used a vintage photograph from another printable, and all of the florals, these florals are cut apart, fussy cut. I've layered up with some cheesecloth, and some stitching, and so that's my cover. Now this printable was so pretty, I didn't want to cover up the actual images, so I've left all the covers in the flip-flop blank. This book has 3 signatures, and each signature contains 20 pages, 20 pages. So I've got a greeting card, some coffee stained paper, this text paper from Which Craft Do You Do, and then it just goes on like that. Some more coffee stains, some note paper, some calligraphy, exercise book paper, and so I've popped a piece of vellum in there, and so it just goes for the signature. Now in the center of each signature, in the 3 signatures, I've included this wallet section, and this again is another page from that printable. That is from Joey Card Maker, and that is called The Little Flower Shop. And then in each of the wallet sections of each signature, I've included a variety of ephemera. So we've got little pockets with note cards, and they've all been backed onto various coffee stains or printable pieces. So you get a pocket with a little card, you get another journal card, another beautiful pocket. The prints on this digital kit are just gorgeous. So that's like a long skinny tag, again backed onto some coffee stain, and I haven't done a lot of decoration. I've put some numbers here and there, but the images are just so pretty in themselves, so I haven't wanted to cover them up. And then this one here is a double diagonal side tuck, so you've got your little one here, and it's just got a little "This book belongs to" little card or book plate there, another small journal card, and then I've got a couple of tags in these little pockets. I mean, look at that image. Isn't that just gorgeous? And as usual, I've used lots of distress ink, and I have done a lot of just shabby stitching on the machine. So that is what's in that pocket in the first signature. And then we flip it and finish going through that signature. So that's the first signature. Then this is the first flip in the book. So we flip over these beautiful prints. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? And the colors are gorgeous. So we flip over, and then we come to our second signature, and again it's just a repeat of the first, different greeting card, probably different patterned papers in some instances, but pretty much the same sort of thing. 20 pages again, and then in the center of this signature, I've created that wallet again. I mean, look at that. Isn't that the most beautiful print? Beautiful. Look at that. And then in this little wallet contains a mini envelope, and inside the envelope I've just included, oh, if I can get him out, I think he might be stuck. No. Oh. There we go. Look at that, irises. Isn't that beautiful? Little journal card inside the envelope. And then again, we've got another pocket with another journal card. And again, backed onto some coffee stain. Another journal card. And another one of these long journal cards in the little pocket. So they are just beautiful. So that is what's in this second signature pocket. I'll just take the time to put these all back in. And there's still so much more room in these pockets to add more ephemera should you wish to. So then again, that's the center. So we finish off the signature, flip onto the back cover. Or again, I just want to show you this print. Isn't that just beautiful? Onto the back cover, and then we flip one more time for our third signature. So again, just a repeat of what we've already had in the other two signatures. Coffee stain paper, vellum, text, a printed paper, and then we come to the third section, little ephemera holder. So in this one here, we've got another little pocket with a little journal card. Beautiful, again, beautiful, beautiful floral prints. Another, a double diagonal tuck. So I've just made a little cluster there. And again, I've included another 2 tags in this one, little journal tags. Beautiful pocket, beautiful purples and pinks. And then another 2 of these gorgeous journal cards. Right, so that is what's in that pocket. I'll just take a minute to load these back in. So I've kept the signatures in this journal blank, because I thought that way then whoever purchases can use all the ephemera to, you know, put it in the signatures wherever you wish. And then again, we repeat the end of the signature, and then we flip-flop back to the cover. So that is the first flip-flop journal that's available over in the store. I'll just take a minute to put this back in place. Oh, I'm a bit short, but anyway. So that's that one. That is Grace, and that's a floral design. Then we're going to go on to this one. Now, this is very eclectic, very, I don't know, industrial, Tim Holtz inspired, I guess. I love to work with Tim Holtz things and that sort of influence. So again, just some cream seam binding, or satin, sari silk, I think it is. And again, this is another flip-flop. So I've just really done a whole heap of layering on the cover. I've got some playing cards, a specimen slide, Tim Holtz dolls, some really old metal buttons that I found in my grandma's sewing basket, a bulb pin. I've just got some layers of tag and some corrugated cardboard. So this one I have decorated on the inside of all the covers. So this first page here, I've got a policy envelope that I've put through an embossing folder, and I've decorated the front cover just with some elements that I have in my stash, Tim Holtz and some Witchcraft Do You Do. And then when we open up this little pocket here, these just pulls out as a tag, and it's a tall, skinny tag. And I've just done a bit of a dangle on there with some bits and pieces of, ephemera elements that I have here in my stash. And I've just left that dangle out so that, just to create some curiosity, really. All right, so we'll just fold that one back up. Now again, 3 signatures in this journal. Each signature has 20 pages again, and it's all just coffee stained, different varieties of coffee stained paper. But in this journal, I've included in each signature 2 of these really big journal cards. So again, just a complete collage of all bits and pieces that I have. Some fabrics. I've got a tarnished safety pin there. I've put a little bell and a bird cage on some fabric at the base of this one. And they just sit inside, and then that way you can use them as a journal card, or you could use them as a signature divider. So in each one of these signatures, there is 2 of those, all just the coffee stained. And then we come to the second one. I did do a video on doing these, so yeah, they're a fun project. So then we turn to the end of the signature, and on this cover I've made a double pocket. So I've included in this double pocket, again, I've just used various advertisements and tickets and all sorts just to decorate. Lots of messy machine stitching. I've got a genuine postcard there. Oh, I can't see the date. No, guys, it's not real visible, but it's genuine postcard. I've just made up just a little piece of ephemera with a vintage document and just layered up some photographs onto that, and they just fit nicely into this pocket. And then I've just got a little vintage photograph that I've popped in there, and I've got a mini envelope, and in that I've just stamped a little ticket, like a little postcard ticket or note card inside of that one. And then we flip that, and then we get to our second signature, but we've got another tuck spot here, and I've laid that full of ephemera as well. Again, I've got another one of these vintage documents. Oops, sorry guys. Oh, I cannot do that. There we go. Vintage document there, printed on both sides, and another vintage photograph that just tucks in there. I've got an alteration tag that I've just sort of altered a little bit with some different tickets and stamping and things. And that one, this is a two pocket page, so that fits nicely into the top pocket. And then in the second one, I've just got a little postcard, a specimen slide with a vintage photograph and some odd tickets, and a playing card. I love a playing card, and when I was cleaning out my mum's place, there were quite a few decks, so I was able to grab some. And then we come into our second signature, which again is a repeat of the first for papers. So again, 20 pages, just all coffee stained. And once again, I've got two of these large journal cards in this signature also. So messy machine stitching, just collaged of all sorts of bits and pieces, tarnished pin with a bit of fabric. And I've got that one sitting in there. And then flip, flip, flip of the papers. And then we come to the second large journal card. Again, same deal, just a big collage of all sorts of bits and pieces. So that is our second signature. Then on this cover, I have again included a two pocket tuck spot sort of, thingy. Again, just collaged up. And in that, I have just made up a quick little postcard. And again, another one of these documents, vintage documents. So I'll just pop that in there, and that fits in. Actually, I think it went that way, and that fits in there. And again, just a genuine vintage postcard. What is that one? 1935, I think that is. And another one of these little envelopes with a little note card. And another vintage photograph. So that's what's in those pockets. And then we flip to the back. Now on the back of this journal, I've again just done a big collage, but there is no pockets there. That's all just, stuck down, lots of machine stitching. When I have attached the signatures into these, I've done them in the reverse. So my strings have come outside of the spine. And onto those, I've just threaded on the two on this side, just some old vintage buttons and some not so vintage buttons, but I've just kept it all in those really sepia old-fashioned tones. So they're there. And then we flip this open again, and this side we have another tuck pocket, which I have included another specimen slide with a vintage photograph and other embellishment. I've got this altered envelope, and inside the envelope I've got two more vintage photographs backed onto coffee stain. And this envelope here, this has like a watermark on it. It's absolutely beautiful feeling, and it is actually an envelope from my mum and dad's wedding. So this was the envelope that they sent their wedding invitations out in. So I just thought I would include one of those. Just beautiful. My mum and dad were married in, 1960, I think 1960, my sister was born in 64, so maybe 1962. So that is old. Then we go into the third and final signature, and again, just a repeat of the first. And in this one, I've got, again, the two large journal cards. So again, just a whole big combination of all bits and pieces, backed onto coffee stain on that one. And then again, we go through the signature and then the last large journal card. So I love this idea, and I love that it all sticks out everywhere. The fabrics and everything just stick out and make it look really old. We come to the end of this signature, and we've got one final pocket. This one I've used a business envelope or a window envelope. So it's got the window cutouts, and I've decorated around that, machine stitching. I've just done a big altered tag, and again, another genuine postcard. This one doesn't have any writing on it. Okay, so, and then they just live in there like that. Another button string, and then flip it back, and we're back to the beginning. So that one is a big one. This one here measures, I should tell you that, shouldn't I? This one is 8.5 inches by 5 inches, and it's about 2 inches, yeah, it's 2 inches thick. So it is one big journal, that one. Plenty of writing space, plenty of room to do more decoration. Okay, so that one is for sale in the Etsy store. I'll just give you the measurements for Grace. So this one measures 8 inches by 5.5, just over 5.5 inches. So it's not as big as that one because I haven't filled it as much, but yeah, it's still a very nice size journal. Now this last project, this is a anything goes kind of project, and that's exactly how I've described it in the listing. I'm calling it the Book of Curiosities because this was a project that I just didn't know when to stop. So it's a ring-bound flip book, and it is just chock-a-block full of everything and anything that I could think of that I wanted to play with, that I had done as projects on videos, and it is absolutely full. So there's no writing space in this book. It's primarily just a flip book with lots of ideas. You could use it an ideas book. You could take it apart and use pages within your own projects. But yeah, we'll just go through it. So the first one is an envelope that I've placed on the side. I've got some film strip. I've got lots of metal embellishing throughout, lots of Tim Holtz. And this one here, I've got a tag in the pocket, in the front pocket there. So that's a beautiful vintage photograph tag. And it's really, really thick. Like I've used that much stuff in this that the layers are quite thick. I'm flipping it open, and again, I've just made a whole heap of anything going, just all bits and pieces in there. I've got little laser cuts, and then I've got a couple of little tickets, postcard, and a little Tim Holtz journaling card sitting in that little pocket there. Again, a lot of Tim Holtz, lots of butterflies. This one is just a, there's no pockets on this one, so it's just, you could use that. You could take it off and use it as a topper on a journal. Tarnished safety pin with some sari silk. Flip that one over, and then on this side, again, I've made a pocket. This is a circle, where this one's the square, this is the circle. So on this one, I've just made it into a pocket, done a heap of collage with a laser cut frame and numbers and tickets. And then I've just got a circular journal card that fits in there. And I've just made a little sort of notebook. So yeah, some Witchcraft Do You Do, a Tim Holtz file folder. And then these pages were a mystery box. So I've just added all of those in and just bound it together, 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And so that's just some journaling space or something. You can just deconstruct this book and use it all in your own journals. Another little flip out piece here. Yeah, pocket, flip out pocket, decorated Witchcraft You Do, lots of Tim Holtz, Lots of Tim Holtz, all sorts of bits and pieces. And in this pocket, I've included a little envelope, which I've decorated up, lots of machine stitching, and I've just popped in a little scrappy notebook in that one, and another tag with a vintage photograph on it. So they just kind of match nicely there. And I've got to get it back in the pocket. I hope my head's not in the way. And that just, I won't force it at the moment, so that one lives there. Now this one here, I've got one of those Tim Holtz metal tokens. I forget what they're called. Again, this is Papercrafts range, so I've got some 3D butterflies. I've used a string and I've just popped a butterfly onto the bottom of that. And if you open this section up, then in here you've got a journal secret spot, a secret journal spot. And again, I've made another pocket in there. So you've got another sheet of journal paper and another little pocket that I've used some of Sue's printable, the ephemera printable. I'll link them all below. And then, yeah, just a decorated pocket. So that one lives in there, and that flips over like that. And then the butterfly just keeps it closed like so. I've done some embossing on the back of this piece here, a metal number. This is a little bit of journal space. And then we've got this beautiful lady. This is Which Craft Do You Do? Tim Holtz, all sorts of bits and pieces. And in this one, I've made a pocket. Again, I've just embellished. This is Backdrops, Tim Holtz Backdrops paper. And in this one, I've just, again, included a couple of little embellished tags in that with some dangles. That one's been embossed. And that one's a vintage photograph. So those belong in that pocket. See, I just didn't know when to stop with this one. It just keeps going and going. So that slides in the side like so. Flip it again, and then we've got another, I've got a metal frame and just another collage of all bits and pieces. There's some numbers, some butterflies, another beautiful Which Craft Do You Do? Vintage people. Tim Holtz, and again, just a lot of layering up. And in this one, I've again put another circular journal card and just a Tim Holtz vintage photograph. So they go in there. Again, just a fairly blank page because it was just starting to get too bulky. In this one here, I have included, this is a side tuck pocket, lots of layering. I've just included a really cute little scrappy notebook with lots of coffee stained paper in that, and just collage on the top. And this one, what is a greeting card idea that I've just cut the front of the greeting card and replaced it with acetate. And then I've just, done some I did do a video on this project. So I love that one, and I thought it worked really nicely tucked into there. And then we flip again, and this another pocket here. I've got some film strip here that I've just done sort of like a big, collage again. It's a nice embellishment for a page, or there's a little bit of journaling spot on there if you wanted to use it as a tag, a journal tag, if I can pop it back in there. And then in this pocket here, again, I've just done a scrappy notebook, but I've used all Tim Holtz journal cards to do so. So that one belongs in there. Another circle page with a side tuck, and I've got a vintage photograph in there. This is a Tim Holtz, I forget what they're called, but they're like the tiles, but instead of them being separate, they're all in one. So I just love that. And a specimen slide with a country scene on it. So that is in there. Big spot there for some journaling should you wish. This is a side tuck pocket here. And again, I've made a little pocket, and I've just sort of done a little bit of fun here and made this little pull-out section here on it that you can sort of put inside your journal, or if you wish to use it for marking space in your journal, pages where you're up to, kind of thing, and that just kind of sits in that little specimen slide and then tucks in behind. Again, I think I did a video on this one. If I could get it back in would be wonderful. And then I've just again popped a Tim Holtz journal card into that pocket there, and then that belongs in there. And these beautiful Christmas postcards that came in the December mystery box from Sue, I just love them. And I thought, why can't I put some Christmas in there as well? So he's just going to live in this pocket here. Just pokes out at the end. Yeah, another pocket. And in this one, I've just put another Tim Holtz journal card and just a little postcard that I've just kind of fiddled with and dyed the paper and, yeah, just did a little bit of decoration. So that belongs in there. And then the very last page, once again, I have used some Kaiser Craft. I've got buttons, a metal brad, and then I've used some of Sue's printable, the ephemera printable, backed them onto coffee stain, and then I've used the Tim Holtz and just sort of made a little pocket there for those little journal cards to sit in. And that goes in there, and then flip it over and we're at the back. So that is just a big old book of everything and anything that I could think of that would work and things that we can use in our journals, and it's just really pretty to look at. So that one is in the Etsy shop for sale also. So there you go, guys. That's the projects that I've been working on since, you know, the weeks leading up to Christmas with me running back and forwards to my sister's. It has taken me a while. So I'm really, really pleased that they are finished. So if anyone's interested, head on over to the Etsy store. It'll be linked below. And yeah, check it out over there. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me. Please enjoy your Friday. It's hot and sunny here at the moment again. So we had a big storm last night, but it did nothing to take away the humidity. So if you're in Brisbane, stay cool. Wherever else you are, stay safe and well. And I will see you all again soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.